Hello, all you fun people in social media land. So I'm live from my car. Still out doing Instacunt. And, I have apparently started this bitch. Because there's always somebody every day that just makes me want to crawl back in bed and question why I dealt with the human race. Well, unfortunately today I can't just name it on one this bitch. Started out with, Kara, my black and tan chihuahua this morning, who was this bitch who wouldn't put her damn harness on. She's too busy wanting to play. She also was the last one of my dogs that went to the bathroom this morning when I walked him because she wanted to play. And I was like, oh, this is just starting out fun. First order I get. This woman has ungodly amounts of requests. She wants a 12-pack of toilet paper, 5 packages of a 12-pack of toilet paper. Not happening. There was one 4-pack of Scott 1000 sheet generic. That was it. Yep. There was 2 packages in the whole building. She wanted liquid hand soap. It was antibacterial. There wasn't any. But Dial bar soap has been antibacterial for about 100 years. At least since they've been making it. And I think Ivory knows what they're doing because they're still in business since 1870 something. So clearly they know how to keep your hands clean because, we haven't really had much of a plague. But I think that today's this bitch is the fact that my entire generation, I'm getting ready to turn 40, so some of y'all got kids. A lot of you do. Some of you even got grandkids. And a few of you who are my personal friends know that I'm calling your ass out. How do we have an entire generation that, we grew up with our grandparents, wash your hands every time before you come to dinner, wash your hands after you go to the bathroom, it was constantly, wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. And now, there's an entire group of kids who don't wash their hands, barely use deodorant. Liquid hand soap is not effective. Regardless what they really say, it's not. The whole action of using a bar of soap to scrub your hands takes the bacteria off much more effectively than liquid ever will. Because if you've got a food processor, 1 bar of Dial soap, can make 2 gallons of liquid soap. 2 gallons. And you're having to fit over an 8-ounce bottle. And it's not a scent you like. Alright, fine. I'm thankful for a lot of people who are being responsible, who are having deliveries done. One of my customers today, it was the first order they ever had. She was a senior citizen. Her son placed the order for her. She doesn't even have a computer or a smartphone. But she was very grateful when we showed up at that door with groceries for her. And she even made a comment about, I would hug you, but social distancing. And I said, well, your son clearly understands that you're the most important person in his life. And I could see, the eyes start to well up. And she tried to tip, and I was like, no, honey. Pay it forward. There are a lot of people, I had this discussion with my husband. Working class people, they understand the struggle. I do too. Those are the tips to me that mean the most. And I will usually decline them because I know that they're struggling just as much as pretty much the rest of the country. But, yeah, I wish Jeffrey Dahmer was still alive to eat Jeff Bezos. Really do. You know, rich people want another bailout. And they're having a fit over it. Why? You're kind of expensive to maintain in this country. All 2.5% of you. You don't really do much. You're sure as hell not effective. And let's not even get me started on how Juul, a Chicago brand for decades, is now owned by Safeway, who managed to fuck up Dominick's into bankruptcy. And now Juul is a total train wreck. I can stand in the middle of the produce aisle and scream, I need help. Scream, top of my lungs. Every fucking employee is socially distancing themselves in a break room, being social and distant from customers. I should tag Juul in this video and Safeway, because they dropped the ball on this bullshit. When Walmart, who, you know, seems to have better service than Juul, which is union, there's a problem. And I understand there's a huge shortage of workers. You know, there was no business model that could plan for this. There was no computer forecasting. But I'm dedicating my this bitch of the day to all these motherfuckers out joyride. It is a Tuesday. And there are like luxury cars, like of very rich families, just like driving around like they're tourists, pointing at all the buildings that are closed and taking pictures. Like, are you coming to gawk at the poor people? Are we a fucking circus act? It's as bad as when straight girls would go to gay bars in the 90s to look at us in our natural habitat. Like, what the fuck? And joggers. Oh my God, it's 45 degrees in Chicago. And there are tons of joggers who have no concept of crosswalks or paying attention to them. They just keep on zipping through. These motherfuckers don't get killed by the corona. They're going to get killed by the Corolla. Because, oh my God, that's stupid. Way stupid. And like the bicyclists, I've talked to other drivers. They're like, I don't ever remember seeing this many cyclists ever during the day. Like, one person is lived in the same building for 20 years and has not ever seen as many bicyclists go down their street as they're seeing today. I mean, everybody's stir crazy. Tina Fey made a comment in her book Bossy Pants that now it is the new sign of wealth to live in a major city and able to afford the real estate to have 2 and 3 children. It says, I'm better than you. Well, now all these people who had those kids as fashion accessories are stuck at home with them. And they're losing their mind. Because their kids ain't got no manners, because nobody's ever home except an iPad. Who apparently can't teach them how to say please, thank you, and wash your goddamn hands. Like, I have seen so many crazy people out and about that should not be out, that is not essential. And, like 3 different Jimmy Johns I've went past where people are sitting at the tables eating. Not waiting for orders, eating. I thought there was a ban on dine-in restaurants. Oh well. I guess they didn't care. I'm going to be amazed to see what the final death count is on this. But, you know, we have one health plague that we call the Black Death. I think this is pretty much the orange one. Sorry if I rambled. Been a long day. But for a Tuesday, which normally I hate Tuesdays, and it's a long story why, but I am surprisingly doing well money-wise. I prefer not to disclose my numbers because while I can entertain you, I also compete with you. Be safe out there. Wash your hands, ass, and feet. Bye.